Okay, there we are. Hi, everyone. I don't know what happened. There was a YouTube snag. I was waiting and waiting. It was saying going live, and I'm just sitting there, and it never connected. So I had to reboot, come back. So maybe it's the theme of what's going on today. Anybody feel like they need a reboot? Sometimes, especially when there's big transformational energy, we just need to unplug or control, alt, delete, reset, right? Hi, Jamie. Jamie, I love you. You are so consistent with showing up here. Well, let me just start by saying welcome to the Soul Nurturer channel. I am Victoria. I'm pretty consistent now on being live on Tuesdays, just to show up to offer anything I have out of my transformational toolkit. I am a soul guide. I am a transformational hypnotherapist, a Jungian-based spiritual director, and I've got lots of goodies I've been collecting and gathering on my journey. I mean, since I was a kid, really 15, and I'm not going to tell you how long that is. My new term is I don't mind people knowing how old I am, but I don't like to lead with it because I think that when we tell people our age, we get put in a box. So this is what I say: I'm age fluid. Okay, we're all age fluid. We're all growing and learning and reclaiming younger parts of ourselves, and you know, as long as we have breath, we're here to continue to learn and grow and unfold. So, um, anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, so yeah, been on a transformational path since I was a very young girl. Honestly, I think of processes I was doing intuitively as like a 5-year old sitting in front of a mirror before I knew there was such a thing as soul gazing or mirror gazing, and I call it soul gazing, where you just connect to your soul in a mirror, and that used to be so healing for me and so hope. I felt held by that. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here to offer something that may guide you on your transformational journey, on maybe giving you some tips for soul work, inner work. Just want to wrap my heart and soul around you right where you are on your journey, so you're reminded that you're not alone and that we're all dealing with something. We are. Even practitioners like me, we're souls having a human experience. In the human experience, our earth school, there's always going to be something, right? So, okay, Jamie, I love you too. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you being here. I'm going to make this one quick. And what we're going to do tonight, Jamie, to start is um, I'm always trying to reformat this, what is needed. But I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, which is the end of my day here in Washington State, I need to drop in and just have a moment to connect to myself. So I want to offer that straight at the beginning of our live transformational talk here. And I see two people are here. Jamie is here, and that may be my husband. Is that you, Ben? I can tell. I love this feature. I can tell that two people are watching, but only one person's revealed. So who's out there? Okay. And hopefully more will join. But for right now, we're going to go in and do a quick little drop in to our inner worlds. So if you're watching this in the replay, I invite you to make time for yourself. Pause the video, turn off your phone, get yourself a meditation cushion, whatever you need, and just receive this gift for you. Okay? So let's go ahead and turn inward, disconnecting from our external worlds, and just following the breath inward into the one world, the one place that you have full control over. We can't control what's going on in the world, but we can control, update, unprogram, reprogram, remodel, whatever you think about when you think about inner work or soul work. You have 100% authority of your inner world. So we let go of the external world right now and just drop in. And I always like to say, drop into your heart first, bringing your awareness there. The heart that flows compassion, acceptance, love. And often we're just open-hearted, especially empaths and recovering people pleasers. A lot of those folks are drawn to my channel. we radiate that outward. I'm inviting you to just pull it inward and let it flow through your body, flow to where it is most needed within you. And just breathing in, checking in. How are you doing in this moment? This is a good exercise to do throughout the day to deepen your connection to your inner world and to your soul. Put your hands over your heart. How am I doing? What do I need? What am I holding that isn't holding me that I need to let go of? And invite in what you need to be present to yourself during our time together. And I just want to affirm you right where you are. Think of this as a meditation that's offering you something maybe that you need. To trust that right where you are is right where you're meant to be. That you are on holy ground. There's sacred lessons being offered. There's healing right where you are. There is higher divine connection right where you are. And as you breathe into your heart, just offering acceptance for life as it is in your world. It's not how it will always be, it's just the current moment. And in the current moment, there's lots of information. Am I reliving old patterns because they are so familiar and I don't know how to get out of them? Ask yourself what you notice moment to moment in this moment and throughout your day. This is really key to have sacred awareness, the soul witnessing you and your human experience. What isn't working in the human experience? What could work better? And we can do this with our beliefs. Is this belief helping me or is it hurting me? And every day, moment by moment, in your conscious, awake state, this opportunity to say, not doing that anymore. And to support yourself in not doing it anymore, you need to visualize what would it look like to do that differently. What would be different? Changing a limiting belief to an empowered belief, like I'm not good enough to, I am good enough. I'm more than good enough. What arises as possibilities for you. So I invite you to just pick a belief that you want to really embody, to breathe in. And a lot of people need to empower worthiness. So let's breathe in together, worthiness. And as you breathe it in, I want you to imagine breathing in worthiness and expanding in worthiness. And as you're expanding with that in-breath, I want you to imagine any limitation in your body is just breaking free. Like any chains of the past, any little stuck energy, just, expanding it out. So breathing in, worthiness. And pushing everything away, unlike worthiness, out of your being with your exhale. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in and expanding into worthiness. Exhaling everything unlike it. All limiting thoughts that have prevented you from claiming your worth. And when you're ready now, just come on back and open your eyes, and we'll just start there. Just wanted to drop in together for a moment. And I invite you to do that anytime. I actually was working with a client earlier, and it sort of came in a new way for me today. I do a lot of breathe in what you need and exhale, but I was working with a client and it really worked. I worked with it after, because what I was feeling, and this happens when I work with clients and whenever I'm working with my own limiting beliefs, I can feel the constriction in my body, right? So it was like this feeling of breathing in, expanding, and the expansion, breaking free of the chains, the limitations, or whatever's constricting you, right? I'm glad it was just what you needed, Jamie. Awesome. So the visualization, when I was working with my client, I was thinking about this story I learned somewhere on my transformational journey that always comes to mind when I think about limitations. And limitations can be connected to um, learned helplessness. Learned helplessness is a big thing to unpack right now. But basically, I'll give you this story that is an actual thing. Apparently, that when so where elephants are in India, right? When elephants are being trained when they're babies, they are um, there's a chain put on their foot, staked to the ground. I don't know if they do this anymore. It's just the story I heard. Anyway, when they're little, they're babies, and baby elephants is they're never little, but when they're babies, they try to break that chain by lifting their leg, but they can't because the chain is stronger than they are. But as that elephant ages and grows in strength and capacity, could easily break that chain, but it doesn't try because it's learned helplessness. Embodied, I can't do anything different, so I'll just be stuck here. That feels important for somebody listening tonight or the replay. You have to check, where are you limited in an old belief, and you haven't tried something new because you think that's all you're capable of. There's another research that was done with fish in a tank. They put a glass divider in the middle of the tank, and so the fish would swim to that glass divider and hit the glass and then swim away. So I don't know how long it was after, but they removed the glass panel, and the fish would swim right there to that edge. Even though there was no more barrier, no more block, no more limitation, they would stop there and turn back around. So ask yourself, where are you in a perceived unconscious blockage that may have come from early childhood? You may have learned that you weren't capable, or maybe you were told you weren't, and so you stopped trying. Here's the cool thing. It just takes the willingness to claim a belief, like I'm capable, I'm worthy, and try again. Try again. Walk through the limitation until it no longer has power over you. So that feels like it was needed somewhere. I see that Lena is here. Okay, you're almost falling asleep. What time is it where you are, Lena? I still can't figure out our time difference, but learned helplessness is if you do everything to others, for others as children. Not necessarily. That's more like when you're a child and you're having to do for others. That's okay. 1 p.m. Okay. When you are feeling a responsibility to take care of others when you're a child and you're the one that needs care, that's becoming an adult child. Like it's sort of like, oh, who's the adult in the room? No adult? I'll be the adult. Who's taking care of me? No one's taking care of me? I guess I'll have to do that. So that is a little different than learned helplessness, but in the same neighborhood. Anyway, okay, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. I did want to talk about dreams, just a few more things about dreams, and then one other tool I want to offer today. How many of you have been working with your dreams since last Tuesday when I suggested this is a rich time to do your dream work? Do you have any questions about dream work? I've got 2 people with me now, but when you're watching the replay, comment or ask your questions in the comments. I always read comments, I always reply, and I always try to get back to my emails. I'm coming off of a luscious vacation where I completely just checked out. And then I booked myself so tight last week and this week that I'm still catching up a little bit. Or maybe I'm still on island time. Anyway, how many of you are working with your dreams? And do you have any questions about dream work? That could be now live with my chatters, my people that are with me, or it can be in a comment later. But here's a couple things I just want to say about it. One thing I'm not sure if I made it clear last time, is that you are the only authority of your dreams. Okay. Why no one else can interpret your dream is because no one else has access to your subconscious symbology, what symbols represent to you. The symbols are your unique soul language, right? And what you associate with the symbols say way more than anybody else could. Now, sometimes, I have a dream group that I'm in that um, it's, I don't really facilitate it. It's a group of women that I adore that I just hold the space for. And it's astonishing when we do our projective dream work how much, what you project to the dreamer is for them, but only if they acknowledge it as that. So basically, we'll play a little game with the two ladies here, and those who are watching, you can do this too. Let me just think of an image. Okay, how about a sunflower? A beautiful sunflower growing in, out in on a beautiful out in a field. Beautiful giant sunflower. I invite you, I have to stop ordering people around. I invite you to tell me your first three associations to a sunflower. What do you think about when you see a sunflower? What adjectives describe a sunflower? And maybe Lena and Jamie, you can write in your three words. And for those of you watching the replay, go ahead and do that. And then in a moment, I'm going to tell you why we're doing that. Now, associations is a good thing when you're decoding your dream. Work with one symbol, and maybe you just get one image. What? How do I describe this image? What is it? What is it? What do I associate it with? Okay. Oh, and by the way, I was talking about dream work last time, and I was talking about a process, and I forgot the woman's name, and her name is Gail Delaney. She has a very beautiful, simple, wonderful process I talked about last time, which is tell me what that symbol, so say I'm from another planet. That's how she sets it up. You're from another planet. Tell me what a sunflower is. And in the description of that, you're bringing out all your associations. Then it would look like where is that familiar in your current life, right? Okay, so you guys are playing along. Thank you so much. Okay, so Jamie says her associations are warm, peaceful, love. Lena, big, spiky, tall. And Jamie also adds in happy. Okay, so notice there's only two women here working with me, but they didn't say any of the same words. I've done this in groups of 20 people, and I've not yet one time had two people with the same three words. Not once, ever. Why? Because everyone has their unique associations to the image. Now, of course, there are some general images that are universal symbols that we could probably fall along the lines of some similar. Like if I say dog, we might say loyal, man's best friend, cuddly. That is if you're a dog lover, right? But so there's some universal agreed upon associations to images. Anyway, the point of this is that's how you decode your dreams. What is the image telling you? So images are the storytellers. Images are the holder of more information. And the other thing about dream work is, oh, hi, Lisa. We've got another person here, and hers Joy, Bright, and Summer. Okay, still none of the same. Awesome. Isn't this fun? Okay. So you've got your images, but the next thing with dreams is your feeling. This is like the big thing to follow. What are you feeling in your dreams? How are you waking up? What are you noticing? And then this is an easy entry point into connecting your unconscious material that's coming up through your dream work to your conscious awake state in your life. What's happening? Where is that familiar? This is where some of those repeat classic dreams. Hi, Lisa, where are you viewing from? I'm so glad you're here. Wonderful. Where some of us have recurring dreams, especially when you're having something familiar to that feeling from the past. Say classic one is maybe you're doing something new in your work, you're starting a new job, or you've got a new assignment or a new project, and suddenly you're dreaming about being in school, and you can't find the classroom, or you're not prepared for the test, right? Myrtle Beach, awesome, welcome. I'm excited. Thanks for being here, Lisa. And she says greetings to all for those of you who aren't reading the chat. Now I have four people. Fourth person, reveal yourself. I know you're there. Okay, so emotions, you're feeling. A feeling can really connect you. So what is that? When you think about a dream of you're sitting down to take a test and you're not prepared, or you can't find the classroom. What's the feeling, right? For me, it was always anxious. And what was the belief? Hi, Holly. Wow, we've got some people tonight. I'm so excited. I love it when people show up. You know what? You're showing up for yourself. I just want you to say, I want to say that um, when you show up for something like this, where someone like me is offering you support, that's for you. So good for you, Gold Star, for showing up for yourself and supporting my outreach on YouTube too. Thank you. So where is the emotion similar? And then that's telling you a lot. I do this whole process, and maybe I'll share more next time that I sort of developed to work with the subconscious mind with what's revealed through dreams. But this, I just wanted to leave you with those two things: follow the emotion, and work with the symbols. Sit with the symbols. Let the symbols talk to you. One of Jung's techniques, active imagination, is dialoguing with the image. What does it want to say to you? What does it want you to know? Okay, so now the next thing is dream journals. How many of you? I know a few of you out there do dream work. Jamie, do you have a dream journal? How do you make note of your dreams? And this is just my personal choice. Everybody, we're all unique. You do what works best for you, right? But you'll hear a lot of dream workers say, keep a separate dream journal. And I did that for a while, and I don't anymore. And here's why. What I do is I will leave a couple pages blank. Say I journal, like I just check in today and say, this is how my day went. And then I leave a couple pages. I leave the left side of that blank, or the next page blank. And then when I have a dream and I write it down, I write it in that blank page connected to what was going on in my awake state. And then I compare them. Now, dreams can, in general, be activated by something that took place the day before or 2 days before. So 48 hours to 24 hours before a dream is activated. So for me, it's an awesome way to compare, like, oh, that's right, I had that conversation and look what the dream showed up with, right? So it's a really wonderful thing. Now you can do a separate dream journal and then look at your regular journal and compare and contrast that way too. So, we have a question. So can I read this out loud, Holly? I guess while you're putting it out for public, I will. I've had the same few recurring dreams for 20 plus years. I've been finally trying to work through some of them, but because I'm tired of dreaming about it, and it means I have gotten over it. Okay. Well, here's the thing about that. Your psyche is, it's always, whether we're working with our dreams or not, they're trying to work towards healing. This is what dreams are. It's like, okay, that the dream is trying to work through something to, free you from something, to remind you that you have new capacity, you have new strengths, you're not the same person that maybe the dream is referencing. Reoccurring 20 plus years is speaking to a time 20 years ago that there was an event going on, that every time you had that dream, there was something similar or that was triggering you on the external that was reminiscent of the time when you first had that dream. Now, the goal with reoccurring dreams, again, 20 years is a long span. 20 years you've been growing and shifting and cultivating strengths you didn't have 20 years ago. So if it's a reoccurring dream, it sounds like it's working its way out. But if, say, it wasn't, and you were fearful of having that dream again, a tip for you is, before you go to sleep, to remind yourself of the strengths you have to face anything that you need to face. Say you're having, nightmares. Nightmares are louder. It's like your soul shouting a little bit louder to get you to be aware of something. For me, in a nutshell, this is what I believe about dreams. It's the soul showing you what your current subconscious programming is. Is it effective enough? Is it supportive enough to meet you in the current situation you are in? And it could be like a warning, like, oh gosh, remember what happened 20 years ago? You weren't safe. You didn't have what you needed. But you can reinforce to your subconscious mind, I do have what I need now. And maybe you can reflect on what was needed in the dream. If it's reoccurring, what did you need? And then you go, wait a minute, I do have that. I am capable. I have wisdom now that I didn't have. I have courage now that I didn't have. I have my voice now. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps, Holly. But that's kind of like how we can interrupt the reoccurring dreams. We just it's like your soul just saying, are you okay? Do you have what you need now? Because I have an alert on the external, right? Okay. Hope that helps. So, all right. Now, so I want to now shift to regular journaling before I wrap up, because if I had to give a number, my number two, not my number two, my top two transformational tools. There's so many, but I would say top two. Dream work is number two. What do you imagine number one is? What would be the number one transformational tool? Anybody have a guess out there? Anybody? Ferris? Now I'm showing my age. Oh, I'm glad it helped, Holly. Yay. Wonderful. I'd love to talk to you more about that dream another time. You can email me. Um, we have a winner. I've had a prize. I'd give it out right now to Jamie. Daily journaling. And, let's be easy on ourselves. Just call it journaling. Number one transformational tool, journaling. Why? Well, number one, I find this a lot with my clients and with myself. Again, we're so externally wired to focus on everybody else, and we can be stepping over ourselves and missing what we need. Especially people who grew up with a lot of neglect. You may neglect yourself by not even being connected to yourself or being aware of what's going on with you, right? So that's a good one, Lena. That's a really what we tell ourselves for sure. Your inner narrative, what beliefs you're repeating on a daily basis, what you're telling yourself. Absolutely. Maybe those are the top two, top line. I don't know. That's close. I'll have to think about that. Self-belief, that's a good one. But for me, as a transformational tool, journaling is a way to witness yourself. I love to say soul tracking with your soul awareness, how you're doing in the human experience. Okay. A journal is that place for you to show up and be honest, speak your truth, and then witness yourself. But a couple of things about journaling, and I did some notes on this. I'm going to pull up my, because I've been working with a lot of clients in journaling lately. So, So journaling is like when you get into a routine of journaling, you get into the routine of listening not only to your human experience, but your soul wisdom. Okay. And the more consistent, I believe the more consistent we are for showing up for ourselves for journaling, the more soul wisdom will come to support us. But also the more we build relationship with ourselves, it's like showing up for yourself the way you would show up for a best friend, right? And so that checking in with yourself, even if, and this is what I want to say about journaling, there's no right or wrong way to do it. And there's no prescribed way, like it has to look like this. Everybody is unique. Everybody has a different need with journaling. I do it differently. Sometimes when I'm in a study and I'm studying, like say when I'm studying astrology, I'll track the transits and then I'll write about how I'm feeling and then I'll correlate. Oh, of course I'm feeling a little sad. This, moon's in the 12th house, my house of the unconscious, so you can track that way or just check in. And this is the simple way I invite you to check in. Ask how you're doing and answer on the page honestly. And then ask, what do you need? And journal about that. And then also journal about what ways you can meet those needs. Okay. So, but some people like to tell everything to their journal. I love that. I got that from my husband. He teaches Vision Quest, or he runs Vision Quests. And one of the guidelines when he's working with the questers, when they come out of their visioning experience, is to tell your journal first And I really love that because we do have a tendency to want to run and tell everybody what's going on. And this is important with dream work too. If you want to just share the dream with somebody, you are almost dissipating the energy of the power of the dream, or in this case, the energy and the power of the vision or the experience you had that is yours to sit with, yours to be nourished by and guided by, right? So journaling can be that, just being present to yourself, identifying where you are, what you need. I do want to say, some people like to vent in their journals. I have a thing about that too. Yes, you want to be honest about where you are, but like if it's a big like storm brewing in you, maybe tell your journal some of that. I would say empty that on a piece of paper that you can burn or shred, though the majority of it. Get that storm out, come back to your regular journal and say, wow, I was really struggling and I move some of that out. And when we put it on paper, we can externalize it. We can be objective about it instead of subjective. It's in us and we're kind of stuck there. We externalize it so we can say, oh, I see where this is connected. Ooh, and witnessing with compassion. I noticed that old story. Oh, I'm still believing that. Oh, this reminds me of when I was a kid and I was powerless and my psyche doesn't know that I am powerful right now, right? So I have a couple of quotes for journaling, which I love. This one I love from Henry David Thoreau. Is not the poet bound to write his own biography? Is there any other work for him but a good journal? We do not wish to know. We do not wish to know how his imaginary hero is, but how he, the actual hero, lived from day to day. I love that quote because here's the thing. Yeah, you are the hero of your own story unfolding. Some of us don't feel like that. Some of us feel disempowered. Reclaiming your power is reclaiming you as the hero of your story or the heroine of your story. And I've been changing my terminology about how I describe what I do. I used to say, I help people on their transformational process. It's more about I help people reclaim your voice, reclaim your soul potential, reclaim your possibilities, right? Okay. And then this one here from Joan Didion. I love this one too. I don't know what I think until I write it down. All right. So there we are. That's what I wanted to talk about. We got lots of chatting today. I love it. Must be the moon in Libra. How you also, yeah, we've got a square with Jupiter too to Mars. And so got a lot of energy and a lot of expanded, wanting to take action today. So this is good. Let's see. Oh, I want to read what Lena said here. My brother at 6 years old wrote, think for yourself or others will for you. Ooh, what a little wise sage your brother was or is. 2 journals for Christmas, and I'm not consistent yet, but it has helped a lot. I'm still hesitant to write some things down just because writing it down means I have to admit it. Oh, and I'm not ready. You know what, Holly? That is so important. And this is why some people don't want to do dream work, because dreams are pretty telling when you learn how to work with your dreams. Very revealing. And it's like maybe we're not ready to face that, right? I also used to joke years ago because I have worked with a lot of clients who are like, nope, not going to do that. And I myself had a really bad experience of with somebody reading my journals that broke my trust of journaling. And I made an agreement with my best friend years ago. Okay, if something happens to me, here's where my journals are. Make sure nobody reads them. I have that agreement with my husband, even though we talk about, he's like, how could I not read them? I'm like, asking you not to read them, burn them. So I'm saying, I want to create remember Etch-a-Sketches? Like a journal Etch-a-Sketch. You write it all out and then shake it and it's all gone. Nobody gets to read it. Okay. So Lisa says, wow, really needed to hear all of this right now. Thank you, Victoria. Also, a few orbs of light are flying around you. You know what? Okay. I've had people tell me that before and I'm like, okay, is it a dust bunny flying around me? What is it? But it happened was it last live? I think it was. Because one of my viewers, she's so lovely. She'll watch another Lisa, or she'll watch and then she'll tell me what her feedback. But I was looking at the camera and I saw this, like it looked like just like like wings. It really did. Like the splash of light going this way, just whoo. And so I rewatched the replay. And if you go back to last lives and watch, I don't know what it was, but I'll take it as divine guidance here, helping me help all of you out there. All right, everyone, I need to wrap up. But thanks for being with me. And do let me know if you have any questions. What else do you want to know about dreams, or what your healing journey, reclaiming your potential? Comment under this video, and remember, you know the drill, everybody here. Thank you for chatting, but the chat does not count towards the algorithm. So after this video is posted, at the minute I end, it'll pop up. You can then go and comment underneath, and in doing so, your comments help me expand my outreach and supporting others. So in essence, you support me in supporting others. So thank you all for being with me. And it seems like there's one last thing. What is it? Something about dreams. Anyway, pay attention to those nightly dreams, and soul track yourself. Check in with your journal. Be curious about your unfolding, and offer yourself so much love, acceptance, and compassion. We're all growing through a lot of big energy right now. Okay, I'll take good care, and I'll be back sometime this week, I think, with another video. All right. Until then, be well. Peace be with you.